Hey guys, I got another story time for you. Interesting one, you know me. Got a lot of daddy stories, but I'm really busy with daddy life. I don't know if people know this on this channel. I got diagnosed with MS. So I'm a rather little more busy taking care of myself, but sometimes I have a little moments, but I have so much to tell. So I think I will try to upload a video every 2 days to keep it consistent with all the things that I experience as a dad. And this one is a very important one. There is a certain pattern that I see that a lot of parents actually officially they fail at is they correct their kids late due empathy, which is good. If you do it too much, it isn't. And it's hard as a parent, but you need to find a balance. It's like when you say a no to your kid, sometimes he cries way more than you think. But if you don't act in a way as if it's affecting you, they kind of wake up like, oh, okay, it doesn't work. They will try more, or it doesn't work, and they start slowing it down. And when they slow it down, you need to be more communicative with them, have a good debate, whatever, but you have to do something. You can't be empathetic too much, especially when they're angry. Because I realize I keep seeing this pattern that he screamed a lot, then he cries a lot, then he starts throwing stuff and he starts hitting his head. And I'm like, I didn't know anything about that until you told me months later he's hitting his head. And I'm like, you need to start now. She says, no, I can't because who knows what he might do. And I'm like, you made the kid like that. Due empathy, you waited too long. No kid is getting angry and starts beating their head. You built him. You built your character like that. And it sucks, yes. And don't come with the story like, yeah, but my child is special, different. No. It's not like that. You are special because you're empathetic, and I gave you that. You're a good person to think like that. But sometimes you can be too empathetic, right? Let me give you an example that how I wasn't even empathetic, but as a good father, I made it worse. My son has big eyes. Everybody likes his impression. Oh my God, cute, nah. Guess what happens now to my kid? He suffers from anxiety because he thinks everybody is looking at him, and if they don't react in a positive way or serious way, or even acknowledge his existence, he feels pressured and he starts crying. Kids are built, you have to be very careful or go with the flow, but recognize what's happening as if it's not a hard job, but it's a consistent job. That's what you have to do. And the reason that I want to tell this story is because a mom did something so interesting in front of me that it was like, damn, she is possibly making a monster. So let's go to the story of it. Sorry that it took so long, but I need to set you up. First of all, two kids. You have a mom with a kid. The kid is crying. The mom is pushing the kid in the carriage, and she's like, "Oh, we need to pick him up because he's crying." And I'm like, "Oh, that's not gonna be good. If you pick him up forever, you're gonna cry." What the mom did is pick the kid up and give it to daddy because she was tired. I was like, "Why would you do that?" Because daddy already said, I don't want the kid. He needs to learn to stay there because we're not going to carry him 24/7. The fact there was a disagreement vividly there, I was like, this is a lost cause. Now the kid is, he always like, oh, come play with me, grab somebody's hands, and he pulls other kids. Other kids is like, no. And it happened to my son because my son was like, hey, I don't want to play that again. And he got so angry, and my son was looking at me sad because I told him, you're not allowed to hit. You're not allowed to push. But by telling him to be a good kid, I made it worse for him. I was like, damn, maybe I don't need to teach my kid to push kid and fight to do some karate Power Ranger chop, right? I was like, okay. And I did my part. I started teaching certain things that he can't say no and everything. But then it happened to the little brother with the same kid. So for some odd reason, this kid hangs out a lot with my son, the big one. And my little son does not see it like that, like, yo, you're taking my brother. But in this family, we learn very hard we need to share or we punish both. We don't punish one more than the other, especially when they're not acting like a team, right? So this is working in this family. So did kids come, and when we went to a pool together, everything was Gucci and beautiful. It was interesting. It's a good kid, but he likes to impress the big brother. He sees the big brother with a diving mask. He's like, can I have it? And the moment he asked it, little brother get angry, like, hey, that's unfair. That's my brother. And I noticed in his eye, he has big eyes, so he is very expressive. So he put the mask on when it was his turn because everybody has to share. And then he was not calling his brother, but the middle kid, hey, look at me. I can do this too. But the kid consistently ignored little kid because he wanted to impress the big brother. I was like, okay, this is going to be a bomb. But I didn't expect the bomb this was going to happen when the mother was talking to my wife about she might have to be a little more stricter. I was just telling us, oh, my little son is bored. He's angry. Nobody wants to play with him and everything. And it's my turn to get the mask and bada beam, bada boom. And he saw that the middle kid gave the mask to big brother and big brother gave it back to him. Little son got so angry. And the kid in the middle noticed it. She came, put the mask on, dived in front of him. Came from, dived, the water splashed in my little kid's face. I'm like, hey, chill, it's okay. Don't cry, don't worry. He's just playing some bada beam, bada boom. Then he put the mask on, dove with the mask in the belly of my little son. Bam! Man, I stood up and I screamed, whoa! What are you doing? And he was shocked because the mother is the mother is in a family that does speak out loud, but I don't think he never expected a stranger to respond like that. I just picked up my son that was crying a lot, put him there, told the mommies, bada beam, bada boom, what happened. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything. Because if I say something, I know the mother is going to be defensive. My wife went, tried to remove the mask. The kid did not want to remove the mask. We decided, hey, we need to call it quits. He's crying, put him in the carriage. The mom went away, and he was still crying for hours until he came home because the mother informed me. This same mom saw a father curse his daughter, right? At the same pool. She was like, you should never do that, to talk to your daughter like that. That's bad. There's no excuse, bada beam, bada boom. When my wife went to take some sun, which is exactly next to the guy, it seems the guy wasn't even the father. He was taking care of a daughter of a woman that he was dating. And this girl was so aggressive because there was no father in the picture. And he thought, I can just beat this guy up, play aggressive. And she was like, here, head here, legs here. And she just did that move from Mortal Kombat of Liu Kang. Bam, 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 bam. And the guy just flipped. He just flipped. Why are you treating me? I'm not your father. I'm trying to be. You stupid. Everything. And the mother didn't say anything. The mother of the middle kid, you know what she told me? There's still no excuse to talk to the girl like that. And I just looked at her. You don't understand that you're creating a monster? And that was before her son dived like a gangster. And when the son dived like a gangster, I think there was like a short circuit in her head. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave. Because she realized maybe I might have to do something. And that is the only thing that I wanted to tell you about the story. It's kind of messed up. Even if she watched it, she knows I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just that you need to at least teach your kid a certain kind of limit. You know, you can't be like, oh man, I can't handle this, go do this. You know? Because if you keep doing that like that in the future, you're going to be one of those moms like, I can't handle my kid, go to summer school. I don't have that feeling with my kid. But I know a lot of parents have that issue. Even in a two-parent household. It's messed up. So all I'm saying is correct your son earlier before it's normal to react in that way. And you're going to be like, that's the way my son is. No, no, no. You build your son like that. If I can build my son with unique eyes, you can build your son to be aggressive through love. Let me know what you think. Hope it did. Oh, MS is kicking in. I hope it helped. Okay? Peace.